Slow Night Sleepy Classic Stories. Hello. Tonight, we are going to read together the warmest and most fragrant moment of Park Ji-won's journey, a record called Gyeonggaerok. The title might feel a bit unfamiliar. Gyeonggae means carriages stopping on the road, tilting their sunshades, and sharing stories. It holds a very romantic meaning of opening up one's heart like an old friend, even if meeting for the first time. In the strange land of Johol, the traveler stays for a few days in the dormitory of a school called Taihak. This was a place where a very quiet and scholarly air flowed. Here, the traveler meets scholars from various countries who look different and speak different languages. You might think it would be frustrating not to communicate with words, but rather, that silence allowed them to look deeper into each other's hearts. They converse with a brush instead of words. Writing one letter at a time on white paper with care, they asked after each other and shared the stories of their lives. Imagine this, a night when subtle moonlight seeps through the paper door, and a fragrant scent of tea lingers in the room. The only sounds heard are the sagak sound of the brush brushing against the paper, and the clear sound of teacups clinking occasionally. There, an old scholar named Yoon Hyung-san presents a fan he painted himself to the traveler. Although he was over 70, his eyes were like a clear lake, and his heart was pure like a child. Also, a scholar named Wang Gok-jong shares a deep friendship with the traveler with a generous and comfortable mind, not bound by past exams. Although the time they spent together was only 6 days, the depth of the heart they shared was deeper than friends who had known each other for 10 years. There are people who feel like new acquaintances, even after being friends until their hair turns white, and there are people who feel like very old friends even after meeting by chance on the road and talking for a brief moment. This is a beautiful sentence that appears in this Gyeonggaerok. That night, when they connected only with sincerity beyond language, borders, and age. I invite you into that time when just looking at each other's eyes was warm enough. Now imagine that you are sitting in a corner of that quiet room, drinking a warm cup of tea with a friend who understands your heart. You don't have to speak. A comfortable air wraps around you, comforting you just by being there. Tonight, I hope you fall into a deep and comfortable sleep, dreaming of sharing your heart with a precious person. Good night.